From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. The Irish offense will take the field to start this game. And here he is. Let me tell you about this wide receiver. He is a route-running, DB, toasting, pass-catching, touchdown-scoring, woo, son of a gun.
I can't wait to see how this defense is going to try and corral this guy, because you play man-to-man, you risk him running right by you and catching the deep ball, but you play zone and you give him the opportunity to potentially make yards after the catch. Going to have to be really careful trying to cover that dude.
They'll send 3 wideouts left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 5. Caught in the backfield, it's Gilbert. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
I like the idea on offense. You want to get this guy the football in as many ways as possible. So you throw him the screen quickly to see if he can make somebody miss. Doesn't work there, but that should not be the last time.
Sends it downfield. And he hauls it in at the 25. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30+.
This guy's gotten off to a good statistical start, guys. With that last completion, he's already now over 1,000 passing yards on the season. And, man, you know he's looking for more.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
And how about the timing of the linebacker on the blitz to get in the backfield and get the tackle for loss?
Is there anything better for a linebacker than to run on a blitz and nobody's home except the back?
Such a great feeling when the Moses parts the Red Sea and the hole opens up and you go fill it.
What a nifty run there to pick up the first down.
Love the play call by the offensive coordinator here. They're attacking this defense in a lot of different ways. That time going with the jet sweep to get the first down.
Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. Notre Dame right back to the line. Trying to break the plane on 2nd and goal. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Well, they've gotten it down to the 3, but now it's 3rd and goal. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
3rd and short in college football today. You see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive.
Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. So it's a 73-yard touchdown drive, and they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So the Mississippi State Bulldogs offense has the ball for the first time. And this figures to be just a tremendous matchup of big play receivers, Jesse.
And because of their skills, Reese, you're going to see all types of ways and how they use them, right? They're going to throw it to them. They'll throw screens. They'll get jet sweeps. Get these guys as many touches as you can.
Why, and the good...
He's off to the races. At the 30. Inside the 10. And the defense couldn't corral him, and he took it all the way. Touchdown, Mississippi State.
Man, this guy is such a weapon because he's so dangerous. If he gets into the 2nd level, great vision, and then shows you the speed.
Just straight wheels, erasing angles. A lot of times when you're chasing guys that are so fast like this, you're like, I got him, I got him. No, I do not. What a big, long touchdown run. Pad those stats, young fella.
The offense set for a first down play. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
Quarterback sacks is a trend that this offense would like to put an end to pretty quick. Somehow they were able to win their last game out, even though they gave up 4 sacks in that one. That was a huge point of emphasis for this coaching staff.
What a complete disaster. What a terrible decision to run that far backwards and take the safety. So after that safety, they'll kick it away from their own 20. He'll bring it back. It's Willis.
The returner brings it out to the 34. And the Mississippi State offense will take over.
Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tied.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. Mississippi State right back to the line. Out of the gun, the running back has it. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. And here comes the punt team. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. Here come the Irish back on offense. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency.
And try to find something positive with this offense. Forget about the safety. Those don't happen very often. Try to get some first downs together. Get some good mojo going.
Nice run there. Doesn't it just feel like Notre Dame football when you see that, too? You know, you got touchdown Jesus looking down. And one thing Notre Dame has always seemed to have is big uglies up front. Guys pushing the pile. NFL talent on this offensive line. Just having their way. Making life easy for these running backs. It is a beautiful thing to see.
Looking to pass. It's Carr. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming. All wideouts, no backs. In the gun, looking to throw on third down. A beautifully placed ball to the outside, and the toe drag for the big pickup.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. The receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
Man, that's a big missed opportunity for the running back. I'm trying to find ways to feature this guy and get him the football in space and not just hand it to him all the time. And tell you what, I'm a lot less likely to find those plays if he can't reel in those catches.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Seventh play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking to buy time. He'll pull it down. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the three. No good. Still down by 2. Chance to take the lead out the window. Guys, tough break there. Here comes the Mississippi State offense ready to attack. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so we got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a little.
And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack. Big first down sack for the defense. Brings up second down. He's looking to throw. Flips it out to the back. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground cover to pick up the first. And the Bulldogs in the hurry-up. On third and long, he has to throw for it. And the pressure is going to get to him, and down he goes, and that's how the first quarter will end. As we head to the quarter break, Mississippi State has the lead. One period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish stronger.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Back to the ground with the running back. Still running at the 40. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver shows motion. Quick pass on the jet motion. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
And that's a great job by the defense, understanding exactly the situation, understanding to stay home, play sound, no matter.
A shot toward the end zone. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be 3rd down. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming. And here comes the field goal unit for the 2nd time tonight. And he's going to have to get into this football. This is a 53-yard attempt. That is no good. And with that miss, still down by a deuce and missing an opportunity to take the lead. The give from the gun. He was not going to be denied, discarding tacklers, running behind his pads, and finally down at the 40. Now the play fake. Going up top. Intercepted. Bringing it back. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. On first down, here comes this offense. Past the 40, trying to take it back. Past the 10. Touchdown, Notre Dame! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And the returner will be brought down. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays. And I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this drive.
On 2nd down, wants to throw it. Got him downfield. Oh, look out. You're not getting him on the ground. Still on his feet. Just what they were looking for. A huge explosive play, and they're inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. D looks as if they're about to bring the heat. He'll keep it himself. Oh, he gave him the limp leg. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Leaves it with the back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down. They can't pick up the first without scoring. From the gun, wants to pass. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. Looks as if they'll send out the field goal unit. And he'll try to knock it through from 33 yards out. Field goal is good. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Nebraska rolled to a victory And after putting up this kind of win, there has to be some Heisman buzz around a program that's produced winners of the award from Johnny Rodgers to Mike Rozier to Eric Crouch. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way, but I think both teams will leave this one with...
He's got it down the left side. Nothing but green ahead. He's at the 10. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Irish!
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David.
Just keeps moving. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. The Bulldogs racing to the line in the hurry-up.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains because of his ability at...
Makes the grab on the left side. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Mississippi State. Quarterbacks love receivers that can get separation, but that amount of separation is a little excessive.
I agree, Reese, and I think the defense needs to have a little powwow on the sidelines and talk about what just happened, because that was an absolute busted coverage on the back end. Defense can't keep playing like that.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Handoff to the single running back. Across the 25, he's got room. And he breaks into the open. The 30. The 10. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. That one's going to get a little star marked beside it on the play sheet. One play, explosive, touchdown, just like that. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important.
Trying to get behind the defense. Oh, and he toasts the coverage. Got it deep downfield. Running wide open down the gut of the field. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
The kickoff team on the field, he ought to just boom this thing through the end zone with that extra 15 yards on the penalty. Looking for a productive play on first down. To the air, it's Carr. Coming after it. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's 2nd and long. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. On 3rd down, going up top. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. The Irish send out the punt unit. Able to get the first one of the day away. They did have to send him out 3 times in that victory last week. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. They put it in the end zone the last time they had it, and now an opportunity to really take control of this game.
You can feel the momentum shifting. If they were able to take the football here, drive it down the field, and score again, David, they would have all of that momentum on their side.
And there's nothing about momentum that you can quantify. Like, I don't understand it.
And the quarterback is snowed under. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. They're bringing heat. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. First down for this offense. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Just led him a little too far across the sidelines. Makes the catch, but it's incomplete. And the incompletion brings up a second down. Scanning the field, it's Carr. Makes the grab down the middle. Brought down at the 47-yard line after the 15-yard pickup. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. Getting some heat. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Pressure affects quarterbacks, and this guy's one of the best in the nation. I don't care how talented you are, but if you're being hit, you're not going to throw completions.
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. On second down, he'll let it fly. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On third and long, try to convert through the air. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down.
Yeah, and I like the shot, the aggressive play down the field. And we like throwing those jump balls up to my receiver because usually the receiver makes the play and makes the defender look bad. Nice job by the defender getting a hand on it, tipping that ball away from the wide receiver.
On fourth down, they'll throw for it. Dumps it to the back. Quick strike complete. And he goes out of bounds short of the marker. I don't think he got close.
Love the coverage on defense there. Fourth down, they were ready for the pass. And you saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play. And now their offense is coming on the field.
Wants to throw on first down. Snagged in the middle. It's Johnson. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Looking to move it through the air. Pressure coming. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. Just enough time for one final play of the half. On second down, he'll fire. Looking for the end zone. Incomplete. He took a shot on the final play of the quarter and couldn't quite find his man. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
All right, guys, looks like we've got a great one in South Bend going on. The passing game for both sides has been outstanding. On point, unrelenting. They've excelled in the short game, the intermediate game, and especially on the deep ball. All in all, a thrilling display of offensive firepower, and these defenses have a lot to discuss here at halftime. With that said, let's send it back to the fellas there in the shadows of Touchdown Jesus.
Notre Dame will kick it off to start the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
He'll field the punt and try to get some yardage. He's got great speed. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Here come the Irish back on offense. Line gets set, 1st down. Handoff from the gun. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, this guy's been eating them alive all game long. Finally, though, David, you wonder if the defense has been able to make some adjustments, find something positive to help slow this guy down.
Hey, baby steps, right? Now, that's a tackle for a loss. I know he's got over a hundo on the game, but this defense is definitely going to have to be more aggressive, commit more guys to stopping that bad man.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Setting up the screen. Defense was not fooled by that screen to the back, and they'll stop him short of the marker. It'll be 4th down. We use the term field goal range, but if you keep missing the field goals, you're not in range, so the offense will go for it. The completion well past the sticks. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the 1st down. Notre Dame ready to go with another 1st down. Looking to throw it again. He unleashes a long one. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
And that is no fun for that wide receiver, thinking you just ran all the way downfield. That. You're not out here trying to run gassers or get conditioning. You're trying to catch TDs. What's going on?
And good coverage and better hands by the defender to knock it down in the end zone. Notre Dame lines up quickly. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. He's not afraid to go deep. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. And the offense makes the tackle in frustration after the interception. Drive comes up empty, and it's a turnover. From the gun, the running back has it. Finds a little bit of room as he'll get 2 out to the 6. They've got him then deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Trying to impose their will with the run. And gang tackling on this dude is a good idea. They needed it, but he still got the 1st down. He wants to throw. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Well, I know that one fell incomplete, but what a day this guy's had throwing the football. Multiple touchdowns, and he's done a really nice job with his decision-making. Hasn't thrown any picks, which has really helped keep this offense on schedule.
He stopped again. They went right back to him, and he still found no running room at all. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. He'll pull it down and run. And he's going to be stopped just short of the 1st down. He tried to get it on his own. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. He'll field the punt and look for room. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
Unloads it left. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming. Bunch formation trying to spring a guy free. Out of the gun to give to the back. Dropped after a pickup of 3 down to the 26. They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this third and long. Fires to the wideout. And they can't make the connection on third down.
Well, on third and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball's incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on fourth down.
They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. And the returner will be brought down. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them to football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
Got his man quickly. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. From the gun, the ground game. Defense there to stop him after a 2-yard gain to the 31. Mississippi State going up tempo. He's looking to throw on third and short. Pulls it in. Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line. Mississippi State has this drive hitting on all cylinders.
And that's why this guy's a complete running back. He's good between the tackles, he can pass block, but he can also run routes. And we're not just talking about screens or swing routes. This guy gets vertical down the field, and he can run the route tree.
On second down, looking again to throw. Makes a connection. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it first and goal at the 6. Wants to go up top. Trying to get to him. And he'll chuck that one away and save the down. Nobody was able to get open. And the D deny them on second and goal. He'll pull it on the read. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
How easy was that? I mean, when you got a quarterback that can run design runs like this and get you 5+ yards just and make it look that easy, God, it makes it really hard for the defenses to stop.
Trying to push their way into the end zone on third and goal. Touchdown Bulldogs! They take the lead with the 6. Backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, no problem.
When you start in the black zone inside your own 20 coming out, it's difficult. You can give up a safety, you get worried about that, but the offense puts a great drive together, great job executing, great job getting a touchdown.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Rose. He's brought down at the 16, would have been much better off to take the touchback. Here come the Irish, back on offense. Guys, that last trip, a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack, get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game to win.
And that'll be enough to give Notre Dame a first down as they get set to snap it just about to reach the end of the quarter. To the air, it's Carr. pocket starts to collapse. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. Power football with the run. And he was able to pick up a few yards on the ground, and the clock has run out here in the third. We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. Now facing a third down as they come back to the line after the break. From the gun, wants to pass. He spins that thing down the middle.
And now such a tough situation. Late in this game, you're trailing, but now it's 4th and long. Like, it's one thing if it's 4th and short. This makes it even more difficult. You got to have something dialed up you feel really great about.
Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. The Mississippi State offense headed back off the play. Brings him down at the 48. It's a gain of 15 and a first down. Mississippi State right back to the line.
And if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? This is what got this team in this position to win this game. Aggressive offense, taking shots. Here we are in the fourth quarter. They've got the lead. Why?
And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. They'll try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15. He'll do it himself. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
How about the defensive end understanding football? Understanding that I got to keep outside contained. I'm responsible for the quarterback. Good job playing his responsibility. And how about getting that sucker on the ground? He's a pretty good athlete to be able to corral him, tackle him right in the middle of the...
He holds it in, and nobody's close. Defense needs to regroup as he gets it down to the 26.
And they did everything right in this 4-minute type situation, trying to bleed the clock. First you get the completion, then you get the first down, and you stay in bounds. You could not execute that play any better.
Just tried to drop a little floater in there, and it's incomplete.
Well, no doubt that was the primary target the quarterback wanted, just not on the same page on that.
That incompletion leads to 2nd down and 10. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. And it's taken away by the defense, and they desperately needed that turnover. He'll try to take it back. And the freshman just showed those great ball skills and snatched it right out of the air.
Well, this offense is trying to ice the game. They've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but it's only by 1 possession, so you got to be so careful with your decision-making. And that was not a good one by the quarterback. They now turn it over, and they better hope their defense can play well in this sudden change situation.
Yeah, you start day 1 of training camp running your base runs. You need a few yards, you run these plays. You need a first down, you run these plays. You rep them over and over and over again. Not sexy, they're not pretty, but in the end, they're effective, and they get you that new set of downs when you need it.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. To the ground with the back. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
That didn't bust for a long one, but now 3rd down becomes very manageable. It's not 3rd in eternity. Now the whole playbook, short passing game, long passing game, all of it's available.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big touchdown, Notre Dame! They've got the lead here in the 4th.
Man, I love this offense, being able to run the football late in the game when it matters and punch it in for the touchdown, and more importantly, take the lead.
He just couldn't squirt his way in for the 2, and it's still a 5-point game here in the 4th quarter. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
He's looking for an open man on second down. Avoids pressure. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play.
Give that guy a lot of credit, man. He was able to somehow avoid that sack, but nobody open downfield, throws it away.
Quarterback on the keeper. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down. Mississippi State going up tempo.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea, because if he can get out in space and he gets a chance...
And the defense gets to the quarterback. They'll try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15. Off play action. Feeling some heat. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. He's looking downfield to throw. Fires to the wideout. Wide open downfield. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Down a possession here in the 4th, and they'll need to convert on this 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes his connection. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the 4th down conversion, moving the chains easily. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and the defense needs to come up with a stop to close this thing out. Mississippi State really efficient on offense right now. Fires deep toward the end zone. Touchdown, Mississippi State. And they've moved out front here in the 4th.
What a great job by this offense. And listen, I judge offenses by what they do in the clutch, in those big moments and right before the half.
Looking to convert the 2, and he will not. The defense gets to him with the sack. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Here's the return from inside his 10. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. A first down for the offense. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. He's looking to throw it. Good timing on the quick out. And that was some kind of collision between a couple of big bodies there, and he stopped from getting the first down. Back to throw, it's Carr. He wants a big play here late. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Tight end finds a soft spot. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He wants to throw it again. They're trying to get to it. With the catch, it's Rose. And he'll get out of bounds. It's a first down. They're in plus territory and now threatening to get the score. And now a fresh set of downs for this offense. Looking to go up top on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. Creates a little space. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. His offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Last play didn't go well. It leaves him with 2nd and 11. Quick touch pass to the receiver. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. And a late opportunity to grab the lead here. A touchdown would be huge. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
I love this linebacker because he's able to dissect what's happening in front of him, and he reacts downhill, uses his speed to get to the line of scrimmage and create the negative play.
They'll run it up the middle here, looking for a path to the end zone. Just a solid stop by this sophomore.
You know a field goal can tie the game right now. You have to at least give yourself a chance to do that. So I don't mind maybe taking some shots, but every time you drop back, you're risking taking a sack. You've got to dial up plays right now, I think, that are high percentage throws. You've got to run the football to at least give yourself an opportunity to push this game into OT. Man, it has been a long drive offensively. I just feel like you got to pay this off and be aggressive. You're down close. Punch it in for a touchdown here, Paul.
Yeah, and inside the 3-yard line, I think I might try to finish this off with a touchdown. I ate up a ton of clock, wore these guys out. Now they'd have to go the length of the field if I missed.
And the kicker delivers the 3 ball to finish off the drive. And there's a lot of celebrating going on over there, but there is still time left on the clock.
It is a nerve-wracking feeling as a football player when the game comes down to your kicker. And he has to come through, and Palmer, he comes through with flying colors.
And you know in college football, no field goal is automatic. But there's no college kicker situation here. He drills that right through the uprights. David, it looks like his team's getting the dub.
Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. Now in the waning seconds, Jesse, you've put yourself in position to pull this one out.
And there's a chance this may come down to the kicker, guys. So which hash mark does he like to kick from the best? You got to play call this to give your guy the best chance to make his kick.
And how much confidence do I have in it? You know, what's his range? All those things come into account of how aggressive you want to be, maybe going towards the end zone versus a field goal.
Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
This late in the game, 4th quarter, go time, we got to make plays. We got to go to those things that really, really work well. We can't waste too many more downs. I know it's 3rd down coming up, but we got to put this thing in full throttle.
Well, they're down a possession, and they're on their own side of the 50, so they need a big one right here. They've just thrown 3 straight incompletions, but it just takes one. It just takes one big play down the field to all of a sudden.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And it's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been on par. He's out of bounds after a really nice game, but there is a marker on the field. Thought he had the huge play with the interception. Instead, nabbed for PI, and it'll be 1st down for this offense. They'll throw it on 1st down. He's going up top here late in the game. Last pass falls incomplete, and that's going to do it. Plenty of fireworks in this one. A lot of points. They always talk about having the chalk last, and it seemed like whoever was on offense had the last laugh.
It's amazing how much offenses have just boomed in college football. So good. So many ways to hurt you. And you saw both of these offenses put on a show today, Jess.
Dave, we talked to both of these coaching staffs, and their defensive coordinators were losing sleep all week. They knew this was going to be a tough task ahead of them. So much speed, so much firepower on both of these offenses. And, man, we saw that here today.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.